You have been kept in secret from the only rule that has the potential to revolutionize everything. The quantum principle is extraordinarily simple, but simultaneously so influential that it has remained hidden before our eyes. Once you manage to master it, your entire existence could be altered in ways you never considered feasible. Visualize deciphering a mystery that enables you to generate your own existence, shaping the universe according to your desire. It seems amazing, doesn't it? But the reality is that this principle has been operating both in your favor and against you throughout your entire existence. Whether you are conscious of it or not, reflect on all the occasions when you have perceived yourself as stuck, as if regardless of your actions, nothing would change. It's desperate, almost suffocating, right? But what if I revealed to you that the reason why you don't observe the effects you long for is because you haven't learned to collaborate with this principle? The quantum principle. It doesn't care what you desire. It only reacts to where you channel your energy and concentration. Once you learn to use it, you will begin to perceive transformations, important alterations in your economic resources, relationships, and even in your inner development. This is your moment, an exceptional possibility to draw back the curtain and take command to employ the quantum principle deliberately, forming existence according to your intention. It's time to stop being a passive observer in your own existence. The transformation you have been pursuing is closer than you imagine. The question is, are you prepared to handle this force and enter into a new existence? Quantum theory modified everything we understand, everything you perceive for an extended time. People considered that the cosmos was inflexible and predictable like a perfectly lubricated machine. But then, in a surprising instant, quantum physics emerged and suddenly, the truth was revealed. A hidden truth. For most, the existence you thought you knew was not as firm as it appeared. Scientists demolished that illusion, showing us that everything coexists simultaneously in multiple probabilities, waiting for someone to contemplate it, and that individual is yourself. The existence you inhabit depends on what you choose to perceive. Let's go deeper. The Copenhagen interpretation transcends a simple theory. It's a mystery that only some understand. It revealed that you are not a simple observer in this world. You possess much more power. Conceive your life as a film on a reel with infinite scenes, unlimited probabilities. But here's the surprising element. Nothing materializes until you focus. You determine what scene comes to life. Your attention functions like a spotlight that extracts a probability from darkness to clarity, and by executing it, you shape reality itself. Doesn't it make you question how much force you have possessed during all this time? Meditate on this. Truly reflect. Have you ever observed how circumstances seem to organize or complicate according to where your attention is? This doesn't represent coincidence. It's the principle of reflection manifesting. The world returns to you what you concentrate on, whether you recognize it or not. So the question is, what realities are you generating at this precise moment? What probabilities are you materializing only through the simple act of contemplating? Visualize this. Every decision you execute, every option fragments existence into two or more paths. The revolutionary theory of Hugh Everett, called the many worlds interpretation. It reveals to us that diverse realities coexist in parallel, each one originated by the decisions we execute. Reflect on that for a moment. Every minimal option, every act generates a new cosmos, one where you did something different, where your existence adopted a new trajectory. It's not an extraordinary reflection. It's as if you weren't only experiencing one life, but unlimited versions of it, all developing simultaneously. Now, here's where it becomes even more fascinating. Each of these existences, these cosmos, are not merely conceptual. They are as authentic as the one you are experiencing at this moment. The only distinction is that you are not yet conscious of them. With each decision, you are generating new existences. Whether you choose to venture or act with caution, each choice divides your world and a new one emerges. It's practically like a cosmic what would happen if, an infinite network of probabilities all leading you down different routes, generating different outcomes. But here lies the authentic mystery. This is not only an abstract theory. It's happening at this precise moment, every instant. Every crossroads you face, you are forming not only your present reality, but countless others. What if you knew how to consciously navigate through these cosmos, how to mold them according to your will by choosing the route that leads to the reality you long for? The multiple universes await your next action. Which will you select? Here exists something that most individuals omit. Your attention is not simply passive, it constitutes a force. The observer effect in quantum physics reveals a profound truth. Simply contemplating something alters its condition. Imagine that the same act of paying attention collapses a wave of probabilities into a single reality. So, what does that mean for your existence? It means that where you place your concentration, you shape what exists, what you observe, what you contemplate, what you energize materializes. Your attention, in a very authentic sense, is generating the world that surrounds you. Let's go a little deeper. Every time you concentrate on something, it's as if you were employing a quantum measurement instrument. You bring a version of reality into existence and allow the others to fade into the background. It's not only about contemplating the world developing around you. You are directly involved in shaping that. Reflect on this. Have you ever observed how when you focus on an obstacle, it seems to expand, or when you redirect your attention toward a solution, circumstances begin to harmonize? That's the observer effect manifesting in your daily life. The true question is, are you using this power consciously? Most individuals don't even perceive the role their attention plays in creating their reality. They allow their concentration to drift, caught in distractions without knowing they are molding what happens subsequently. But if you could direct it, if you could intentionally decide where to place your attention, you could mold reality itself, bringing into existence the life you truly long for. What will you decide to contemplate? Here exists a mystery that has remained hidden before our eyes. Where your concentration is directed, energy is channeled. It's as elemental and powerful as that. In quantum events and in existence, your focus orients the course of energy. Have you ever questioned why certain obstacles continue repeating in your existence? It's because energy can become blocked when you concentrate on something, whether positive or negative. You are channeling energy toward it, making it more intense. But what if you could reorient that energy? What if instead of remaining stagnant, you could direct it toward what you truly want to materialize? Let's consider it this way. Visualize a river running freely. Now, if you throw a huge rock in the center, the water gets obstructed, right? It stagnates, accumulates, and finally generates difficulties. That's precisely what happens when you dedicate excessive attention to obstacles or negativity. Energy gets blocked. But here lies the beauty of this. You can eliminate that obstruction by modifying your concentration, reorienting your focus towards something more constructive. Something that harmonizes with your longings, and energy will begin to flow in that direction, opening the path toward materialization. That's how you can start to generate your own existence. And here is where the authentic power lies. Your concentration is more than a mental instrument. It's the key to liberating energy and channeling it toward your purposes. Every time you modify your focus, you are literally reconfiguring the energetic flow of your existence. So, what will you concentrate on today? Will you continue nourishing the obstructions, or finally, will you allow that energy to flow toward your aspirations, generating the reality you have been awaiting? Let's clarify. Concentration is not only positive or negative. There exists another dimension in this, something that most individuals never contemplate. You see, there are two types of attention, polar and nonpolar. Polar attention is what you're accustomed to, centering on something with emotion, either attracting it or rejecting it. But here's the secret. Nonpolar attention is neutral. It's serene, balanced, and doesn't evaluate or react. It simply contemplates, creating space for something new to emerge. So, how does that transform your reality? Consider polar attention like a magnet. When you focus on something with emotion, you attract it or reject it. This is the basis of the law of attraction. But nonpolar attention is like opening a door and allowing what needs to arrive to enter without resistance, neutralizing energy, dissolving attraction and rejection, and by doing so, creates space for new outcomes to flow. Visualize contemplating an obstacle not with irritation or fear, but with impartial consciousness. What could transform in your existence if you executed this? The change in concentration is what enables you to free yourself from the cycles of attraction and rejection that frequently dominate our experiences. Instead of remaining trapped in the same patterns, you open yourself to new probabilities. It's a powerful instrument that not many individuals understand. But once you learn to employ both modalities of attention, polar and nonpolar, you will discover that your capacity to generate your own reality expands. What kind of existence could you create with that power in your hands? There exists a hidden trap in existence that many individuals are unaware of. It's the cycle of trauma and opposition. The truth is that unresolved trauma generates emotional obstructions, and those obstructions trap you in a loop of recurring negative patterns. It's like trying to progress while you're chained to the past. No matter how much you strive, energy remains blocked and you end up reliving the same obstacles over and over again. But what if there was a way to free yourself from this cycle? This is where impartial attention intervenes. When you confront trauma with impartial attention, without classifying it as positive or negative, but simply contemplating it, it begins to lose its dominion over you. Opposition weakens and that blocked energy begins to dissolve. Conceive it as untangling a knot. The more you pull, the tighter it contracts, but with a serene and delicate approach you can gradually loosen it. Impartial attention enables you to stop resisting and begin accepting. And that's the key to finally releasing what has been limiting you. Once you liberate that opposition, the cycle breaks. You stop attracting the same negative outcomes and start creating space for something new. The energy that was previously blocked is now free to flow toward your longings, toward the reality you want to materialize. So, what is keeping you trapped in the cycle? And more importantly, how can you start using impartial attention to free yourself and enter a new chapter of your existence? What if I revealed to you that your reality is not fixed, that in every instant you are alternating between different life paths, different timelines? It sounds extraordinary, but it's true. Every decision you execute, every modification in your approach alters the timeline you're on. Just like in quantum theory where observing a particle determines its state, where you place your attention determines what life path unfolds. So, how do you select the timeline you want to experience? Everything begins with mastering your focus. Visualize your existence as a series of paths, each one leading to a different outcome. When you concentrate on fear, on failure, you start to travel down one path. But when you modify that focus toward success, toward opportunities, you enter a completely different path. It's not about fortune, it's about purpose. By consciously deciding where to place your attention, you can guide your existence toward the reality you truly want to experience. This is the authentic challenge. Are you choosing your reality or are you allowing it to choose you? Most individuals don't realize they possess this power. They move through existence, allowing situations to determine their route. But the reality is that you can transform at any instant with each decision. With each alteration in focus, you can harmonize with a new timeline, one that materializes your longings. What timeline will you select in your next move? Here exists a powerful truth. Sometimes the fastest way to modify your reality is not by forcing it, but by accepting it. Acceptance doesn't imply surrendering or conforming to less. It's recognizing what exists without opposition and then reorienting that energy toward what you truly long for. This method of accepting and reorienting is like unlocking a secret door. When you stop battling against your present situation, you open the path toward transformation. It's a subtle but powerful change that can revolutionize everything. Reflect on this. If you're constantly pushing against a wall trying to get through it, all your energy is consumed in that resistance. But when you accept that the wall is there, you can reorient your focus toward locating a door, a path that goes around it. That's how materialization works. First, accept where you are. Recognize it without evaluation and then employ your attention to guide your energy toward a new outcome. It's like combining the force of polar attention with the serenity of nonpolar attention, both powerful and neutral, allowing the energy flow to bring you what you seek. This method of acceptance and reorientation is the key to exiting the cycle of resistance. When you stop resisting, you liberate energy to move toward what you truly long for. You modify your reality by concentrating on what you desire instead of what you fear. So, How can you begin to accept and reorient in your existence today? What doors are waiting to open once you stop battling and begin to flow? Here's the definitive secret to generating your reality: mastering your attention. You see, attention is not only a tool, it's the key to everything. Every outcome in your existence, every materialization begins with where you choose to direct your focus. It's not only about thinking constructively or making affirmations. It's about truly mastering the art of attention when you learn to control it. When you can consciously choose where your focus goes, you unlock the power to create any reality you long for. It sounds elemental, but this is the foundation of reality creation. Conceive attention like a laser beam. It can scatter, losing power by extending toward too many distractions. Or it can concentrate with force on a single point, becoming powerful enough to cut through anything that stands in its way. The more you master this skill, the more you will observe how your existence adapts to your will. That's the quantum key in action. Focusing your energy in one direction until your reality transforms. What once seemed unattainable becomes possible simply because you decided to concentrate. So, as you embark on this journey of mastering attention, ask yourself, what reality do you want to generate? What probabilities are waiting for you to focus on them? The solutions are already there, but only you can reveal them. With each reflection, with each alteration in focus, you possess the key to shape your reality. The true question is, are you prepared to use it? You have experienced it, right? That subtle shift when you start paying attention to where your energy is directed. It's as if everything around you began to react in ways you had never perceived before. The thing is that most individuals go through existence without realizing how much energy they truly possess. But now that you know this, what prevents you from taking advantage of it, from modifying your focus, from shaping reality, and from generating the outcomes you truly long for? This is not a distant concept. You can observe the effects in the smallest moments when you stop providing energy to the negative and start channeling it towards something more harmonized with what you desire. The reality you experience is a reflection of that attention. So the question now is, where are you going to orient that attention? What could you reveal once you truly understand how to flow with this hidden force that has been shaping everything around you? And just visualize if you could go even deeper, if you could perceive that in its essence everything, every outcome, every experience is energy. What happens when you finally learn to harmonize with that truth? If you made it to this point, I congratulate you. You are one of the few individuals who possess the capacity to maintain so much attention. And so that you know you made it here, comment, "I master the law," and I will personally greet you in the comments. Until next time.